All right, how's it going, everybody? Mr. Lanham back again with the final week of the semester. Um, Here we are. We're gonna continue and build upon what we've been doing, and we're gonna finish out strong. All right, so as like previously in the last 2 weeks, all you'll need today is an open space. You can use a yoga mat if you'd like, or a towel or I don't know, maybe anything else you could think of if you wanted to use for yoga. Um, but yeah, it's all optional. I don't use it, so just open space. So I'm gonna start with our instant activity, then I'm gonna go over what we're learning today, and let's just get into it. All right, first and foremost, whoops, sorry. All right, first and foremost, our instant activity. What we're doing today is we're focusing on flexibility. Last 2 weeks kind of worked. Yeah, we did like muscular endurance, um, and some cardiorespiratory endurance. Today, we're going to take it a little bit easier with flexibility. Flexibility is increasing your range of motion in your muscles. So being able to extend your muscles a little bit further than they normally would to improve range of motion, help your muscles become more pliable and more flexible. Obviously, flexibility. Um, so, and of course, flexibility goes hand in hand with yoga. That's what yoga is all about: is improving our flexibility. That's not its main focus, or not its only focus, but definitely improves that. So, like I've done in the last 2 weeks, I'm gonna do the activity and you're gonna follow along. When I change, you change, and yeah, just mirror what I'm doing. So here we go. Stop the share. As always, I'm just in the room. Just in the room. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my arm across my chest, back of my palm on my elbow, and I'm gonna hold it here. You should feel it stretching our arms. So hold it for about 10 seconds. Switch sides, holding it. Good. Next thing, we're going to take our arm. My left arm, I'm touching my right shoulder. I'm going to take my right hand, push my elbow back. This is stretching my tricep muscle right here, holding it for 10 seconds. Good. Switching sides. Now to the other arm, holding for 10 seconds. Feel it in your tricep right in here. Good. Next, I'm going to do some arm circles. Ready? Some small, medium circles like this going forward, about 10 seconds. Now I'm going to switch and go backwards. Good. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remember to have an open space, like I said. Adjust this camera. So I'm going to have my arms out and I'm going to swing them back and forth. This helps stretch our pecs, pectoral muscles, which is our chest. Again, open space. I'm not doing anything. I'm close to the wall, but I got just enough space to really extend my arms, like so. All right, good. Now to the lower body. I'm going to go down, feet together. I'm going to try and touch my toes, holding it for 10 seconds. If you can't touch your toes, it's all right. Should feel it in the back of your hamstrings. All right, good. Next, I'm going to take my right leg and put it over my left foot. Same thing. I reach down, try and touch my toes. Holding that for 10 seconds. Remember to control my breathing. Switch legs, left over the right, and straight down. Holding it. All right, good. Next thing we're going to do is going to have my legs spread out. I'm going to lean to a side and hold. You should feel this in your groin, a little bit of the hamstring as well. Good. Rock your weight to the other side and hold. Good. Now, keep my legs still wide. I'm going to reach down to the ground and touch the ground and hold it. Feel this in your hamstrings. All right, perfect. And final thing we're going to do, I got a wall to kind of lean on and keep my balance. I'm going to pull my leg up and hold it. This stretches our quad muscles right here. Good. Switch legs. All right, if you lean slightly against the wall, I got my arm here. I'll keep my balance, but I'm just pulling my foot up and stretching my quad. All right. Good job, everyone. That was just a flexibility warm-up to help loosen up our muscles and get us ready to go. So let me share the screen here again. So our first, before we dive into the yoga, I'm going to talk about the health activity, which is kind of overlooked. Getting outside. I know with coronavirus going on, there is a pandemic, and they want people to just stay in their houses. Now, I'm not advocating against that. You should stay away from crowds and whatnot, but just going outside and not being around anybody, maybe it's just your family, that is perfectly okay. Because with online schooling and looking at screens all the time and just being inside, you're inside for a lot of the time nowadays. It's good to get outside. Sunlight gives us vitamin D, which is very important vitamin, helps boost serotonin, which helps boost your happiness, believe it or not. That's why being outside can lessen your anxiety. Studies have shown that you're feeling anxious and you go for a walk, it is likely to bring down your anxiety about whatever it may be. It can also boost your immunity, which, speaking of coronavirus, I think everyone would long for a stronger immune system. And yeah, there's just so many benefits to being outside. Um, I read stuff. It helps you sleep better, can help your memory. If you're studying for something and you go for a walk, that muscle, the muscles moving helps with your muscle memory, can help trigger something in your brain, help you memorize stuff. So if you have to study and you're sitting there at your computer for a long time, go on a walk. I do that. People would see me in the library just taking laps, just trying to remember stuff, whatever works. And yeah, I'd go out. I try and see the sunset every single day. That's just something I like to do. I feel like it just boosts my my overall vibe. And I think getting outside extremely important. Extremely important. Don't overlook it. So what we'll be doing today, what we've done the last 2 weeks, and continuing on today is some yoga. All right, so here are the objectives. I don't think I have to read them out to you. They're on screen, but these are the Maryland State Standards for middle schoolers with yoga. All right, so the first activity, take a guess, is yoga. So I've gone over this the last 2 weeks, but yoga uses breathing control, body postures, and poses, ultimately for meditation and relaxation. Um, I'm going to lead this yoga routine and you're going to follow along with me. And let's get into it. All right, so here we go. These are just some simple poses. As always, they're on screen. So if you're confused what I'm doing, I'm going to start in the top left, work over to the top right, down to the second row, down to the third row. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting with the first pose. I'll lean to the right and holding it. Got my hands on my hips. A few seconds. Straight out to the second pose. Now on to the third pose. I'm going to reach towards the ground. All right, holding it. Good. The fourth pose, still leaning, still got the lean. Now I'm bringing my arm up, down to the fifth pose. Good. I'm controlling my breathing. Now I'm going to bring one leg in front of the other, like the sixth one. Reaching towards the sky. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Now I'm straightening my front leg, leaning back, like so. Good. All right. Now the next one. I'm gonna hold this for a few seconds, get my feet together, hands together. Good posture. Breathing in and breathing out. Next, I'm gonna stick one leg out, lean forward. Alrighty, good. This next one's gonna be tough. If you can do it, that's great. If you can't, you can always just swing it up and back down. But I'm gonna try and hold my leg up. This is gonna be tough. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rest it on this doorknob right here. I'm not the best myself either. But hey, it's all about trying. What it's all about. So I'm gonna hold it here. I got it up. And I'm holding it. I'm gonna switch legs here. Oops. And I'm holding it. I got it up. Feel the stretch. And I know I'm feeling relaxed right now. All right, and then to the second to last pose. Got a little twist going, hands on my hips. Controlling my breathing. On to the last pose. Let's rotate the other way. And holding it. All right. Let's end this with just some breathing exercises. Let's take a couple deep breaths in. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And slow twist. Just help us decompress from what we just did. Good. All right, good job, everyone. That was just a slight yoga routine right there. It's really simple. Only took us a few minutes, and I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. All right, so last week I introduced you to the moon salutations, and this week I wanted to continue that and build upon it. I wanted to, we did the sun salutations twice, so I wanted to be sure to do the moon salutations twice as well. So that way you're just really familiar with it. Again, the moon salutations, this is a yoga sequence. It's designed to be done in the evening, at night. It's a cooling, calming sequence, and it's designed for you to unwind after a long day. Help you just relax because you're getting ready to go to bed. That's when you're not getting really active at that time. Once again, focus on controlling the breathing, slow and steady, really holding the pose. And yeah, like I've been doing, I'm going to go through it. You're going to follow along with me. And you can see, I talked about this a little bit last week, but the poses kind of resemble different moon phases, like the crescent shape, the half moon type shapes, and so on. So take a look here. Notice the little circles under the poses. Those correlate with when you should be inhaling and when you should be exhaling. So if it's a purple filled in circle, that's when you're exhaling. And when it's just a clear circle and not filled in, that's when you're inhaling. That is crucial, very important that you were paying attention to that. So, as always, it's going to be on the screen. If you get lost, it's right there. I'm going through it, and let's get into it. All right. Starting with the first pose. We're just holding it here. Breathing in. Reaching up. And exhaling here. Going the other way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, arms out. And breathing out. I'm reaching down to my feet. I'm at the end of the first row. Breathing out still and switching sides. Now, still exhaling. I got one leg out in front of the other. And I'm exhaling. Okay, breathe in. Now, switching sides here. One leg out, one leg bent, one leg not. Reaching down. Bring my legs in. And switching sides. All right, turning facing forward. Now, I got my legs straightened. And I'm leaning towards the front. Bringing one arm up. Now, see how I'm working my way back around like the moon cycle. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhaling. Breathe in, straight up. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale to end it. One more time. Perfect. Good job. So that is the moon salutation. You can see how what we started with is what we ended with. Think of it like the moon cycle. It comes up and it goes down and the moon goes through phases, but ultimately it comes back to where it started. That is like the moon salutation. We start it with our hands here and we end it that way. It's just like a big cycle. All right, so final activity is what it comes down to. So the last 2 weeks and today, I've had different yoga routines. I've had the moon salutations, the sun salutations. I've had 3 different yoga routines at the beginning. There's a new one today. There's been a wide variety of poses. You may be familiar with yoga. You might have done some yoga before that I didn't go over at all the last 3 weeks. You know some of those. I want you to remember the things that I've talked about with yoga. Focus on your breathing because it's meant to help you relax. Deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. We're holding the poses for about 5 seconds or so, depending on however long you want to. And ultimately, yeah, just relax and hold these poses. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a yoga routine with about 8 to 10 poses. Okay, so 8 to 10 different body positions, whichever way you want to do it. This is basically the final class, the final hoorah, the final assessment. You're going to do your own. And the best part is you can be creative, do it any way you want. You're gonna have about 6 to 7 minutes to do so, just holding them, and just exploring, just doing it on your own. So that way, when these classes are over, you are able to do this in your own free time. In the future, when we're not in this class, you can still do some yoga, right? That's what it's all about. So on this slide, I just put some photos of really to jog your memory, to help you remember or inspire your routines. So here's some different poses, and I'm gonna give you about um, 6 to 7 minutes or so, about 6 minutes, and you're gonna go and do some routines. So here we go. All right, so without further ado, let me I'm gonna black out my video so that way it's not like I'm just sitting there watching, you know. So without further ado, here we go. You got 6 minutes, 8 to 10 poses. Let's get into it. Alrighty. So I hope that you were able to do about 8 different poses. Um, you've been you've gotten exposure to a lot of them. So I hope you were able to do that. I hope you have a sense of accomplishment. I feel that um, when it is the teacher just giving you poses, that's fun to do, but really taking it into your own hands, into your own, putting your own spin on it, really gives you a sense of entitlement and really gives you a sense of like ownership is what I'm trying to get at. That is your routine that you came up with. So you should be proud. You should be proud of what you just did. So to wrap it up, there's a flip grid assessment. I just want you to demonstrate through the poses from the routine with the flip grid. So right here, you can scan the code. Here's the link that you can just type in, and you should be good. So just demonstrate 3 of the poses that you did, and upload it to Flipgrid. That'd be great. And as always, normally I say what you need for next class, but this concludes the semester. I think it's been a great past 3 weeks. I think the 3 weeks before with Mrs. Beal are also great. It is my hope that you learn something that you didn't just learn, but you can apply to your own life. You can take with you well beyond this class and with you into the future to ultimately, you can apply the skills to ultimately live and have a healthy life because that's what it's all about. That's my philosophy on PE classes is to give students the knowledge and the information and the skills to be able to apply it outside of school so that they can live a lifetime of healthiness. So I hope you can have something to take away. Maybe you've gotten into yoga these past 3 weeks and you're gonna do it in the future. I hope so. I know I will. I definitely have gotten into it. So one last time, guys, it is Mr. Lanham here, and I'm signing off. Thank you again for a great semester. Really hope you learned something. Um, but thank you guys. I do appreciate it. You guys tune in to YouTube and everything. So thank you.